United, United are the team for me. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Why don't City? Let's not sing anymore because it's not past the watershed moment. It is very early. Guys, it is the United stand. Welcome to your road trip video. Heading into the Manchester derby. Another 12:30 kickoff. Meh. God, these are annoying. But I think what it does do, I think Jordan nailed it best on the Thursday show when he said, we need a result in this one because we can't be having the first kickoff of the weekend and then we get to sit on a really bad result all weekend. I think I backed it up by saying you get all the punditry all day of United having an absolute shocker. So we need this today, do we not? Oh, heading into this game, what are we thinking? Where are we at, people? We talked about it enough on Thursday's show. There's so much we can break down formation-wise, how Pep's going to approach it. No number 9 for them, the false 9. Does that mean we have 2 at the back? Do we go with 3 at the back again? Ifs, buts, maybes all the way through this game. But one thing that we do know, that we do need in this game is character. I mean, there's so many times this season, near enough nearly every game apart from the odd one where these players have not been switched on for the full 90 minutes. There are always them lapses, and them little lapses are the ones that then test the character out more of this team and they collapse. Like when we lose Varane on Tuesday night and all of a sudden everything, shape, discipline goes out the window. It's one man. So we need 11 of them men on the pitch today in this game. I'm just on my way now to pick my mate up. He's going to the game with us today. It's going to be one of them. The anticipation is there in the crowd, but there's a lot more people, a lot more United fans thinking with their heads right now rather than their hearts. We had a few on the Thursday show. I think it was Beth. I think Beth and Kevin were rally crying. This time, and I have been doing the last few weeks, I've been predicting with my head. I'm thinking with my head rather than my heart. I've just seen enough this season just to say, look, Adam, don't get too carried away. And I said it on the Thursday show. I said, look, I will stand there on my fan vlog and I will hold my hands up if I am put firmly in my place and United get the result today. I will do it. I will do whatever. I said to the guys, make a forfeit. I said, from what I've watched, and I'm solely judging this today on what I've seen so far this season, every single league game, I'm seeing it get worse and worse. And I said it's the character. It's the character. We put a shape out against Spurs and everyone thought, yeah, it's good. Decent tactics. Can we stick with that? Can we go with that? Can we actually work a system into that as well as the formation? Because systems are different than formations, people. We know this. It's not all about sticking the players out at the start in a certain formation. There is a system that goes with it which interchanges through the game, which United have never had all season. And characters need to be there. It's like when Varane went off against Atalanta and everything went completely to pot, and we had no character. The system went, the formation went, the discipline went, and that's what we cannot afford today. Otherwise we're going to get a Liverpool Mark II result at Old Trafford. 2 results like that within a week, is that big enough for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to lose his job? I think the general consensus on the show the other night was that, and with a lot of fans, we've given up on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer losing his job. Even if there's a catastrophe today, I don't think Solskjaer is going to lose his job. But I say this is the derby. Many people would look at it and go, well, form goes out the window. I just don't get that vibe anymore with the derby. I really don't. I cannot get out of my head how we have been all season, and that is where my predictions and where I see this game going today, that's where I'm coming from with it. I've seen enough already to know. Everyone got on a high at Spurs and I said, just settle down, do you know what I mean? It's Spurs and they are woeful. Anyone could score against Spurs and keep a clean sheet against Spurs. Conte's in there now and they got a little bit of a bounce on Thursday night with their result, but it means nothing to us right now. I'm concentrating on United and the game today. City, Grealish, Foden, Gundogan, Mahrez, whoever you want, Bernardo Silva. No number 9, no focal point. Not even put Kevin De Bruyne into that. I mean, Christ, would it not be a good idea to put in your nimble defenders? And by that I mean, you know where I'm going with this. Once you get past Harry Maguire as a forward, he's gone. Harry Maguire's not catching you, let's be honest. I just feel like with the way that City play, Foden in, out, take you out, Grealish the same, nimble, he'll cut back in. I think if Foden or Grealish were attacking, say, Harry Maguire and they got past him, even if they checked back again, Maguire still wouldn't be able to keep up with him. But Eric Bailly would. Eric Bailly is a player that, you know what, he can get past him once, but he's still got an opportunity to get back in. Would you ever see Maguire or Lindelof? I don't know what it was, a triple Selco, double flip, 10-pointer, whatever it was, flying through the air to block a shot on a goal. Would you ever see a Manchester United defender other than Eric Bailly doing that? That for me was, look at me, boss. I'm putting my body on the line here. I want my place in this team. I've got a 5-year contract, play me. Well, this is the big challenge for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer today, because if you remember back last season, Bailly was doing pretty much exactly the same thing. He had a great game against Villa where he made a superb block in the last few minutes of the game. Everyone was high-fiving him, hugging him, and we all thought this is the making of Eric Bailly. He's played about 6 games in a row. We went top of the league with Eric Bailly as our main centre-back. And as soon as a big game came around, and it was City, it was Liverpool, semi-final against City, Liverpool away in the league, Solskjaer dropped in for Lindelof. And I don't care who you are, and we've seen it with our players coming back this season. Prime example, Harry Maguire. To judge Eric Bailly properly, and people can say, and Ricky says he's a bit erratic, I understand that, very true. But when he played them few games last season, he eased his way into the squad, he found a spot for himself, and he got more and more comfortable, and he was less erratic. Still ready to put his body on the line, but less erratic. So for me, Eric Bailly has to come in today, but he needs to run of games. Has Solskjaer got the balls to make the calls, as Jay would say? Well, Jay, no, he's not, going off what's happened so far this season, mate. But I think today, Varane out, I'm looking at it and going like that, I'm thinking, man alive, if he does go with 3 at the back, Bailly comes in, but if he does go to 4 at the back, then we're going to see the same old thing. It's going to be Lindelof and it's going to be Maguire, and everyone's going to be like scratching their head before the game. It's going to put a mood on top of the game, because everyone knew that Bailly was man of the match. Forget Ronaldo. Ronaldo does that week in, week out, what he did against Atalanta, bailing us out up the top. Well, pardon the pun, but Bailly was bailing us out at the back, and I think he was the match winner on Tuesday night, and that's why Eric Bailly now has to come into the team. Even the hardened critic of Bailly would have to say, look, he's done enough there, more than what Maguire's been doing recently, to get his spot in this team. It's down to Ole now. It's down to Ole. Would not bringing Eric Bailly in and us getting smashed all over the park with another dire performance from Maguire be enough to get him sacked? Well, if I was a boss, I'd be looking at that going, hang on a minute, your man of the match from the week, which pretty much saved your bacon in the Champions League, because without him, you would probably be looking at Villarreal in a couple of weeks going out the Champions League. Why is that defender sat on the bench when you've got one there on the pitch, which has failed week in, week out, and been a major part of conceding 11 goals over the last 4 games? Then why is that player not in? As a boss and as a football man, which is the problem, we ain't got any football men upstairs, that's what I would be looking at and going, that's not good enough, Ole. That is not good enough. But I said it then in that sentence, we haven't got football men above, and it does look like Solskjaer is going to be safe no matter what happens today, which is a disgrace on its own. It really is. But we've been there, we talked about it, we know what it is, we're stuck with Ole. So as the penny drop with him, is it going to drop with him that, you know what, it doesn't have to be your captain every single week. It doesn't have to be Lindelof every single week. If you go back to about 4 when Varane's fit, maybe Bailly and Varane may be a different option. The question about the captaincy and stuff like that, he cannot let that get in the way. Our worst performer at the moment, and I can't believe it, it's not even Fred or McTominay, and them two are playing atrocious. It is indeed our captain. He's our worst player at the moment, and you're heading into a derby with him almost single-handedly blowing your Champions League spots, chances of getting in the last 16, and he's starting today. He's walking our team out today in a derby. Harry Maguire has to have the game of his life to turn it around now for a lot of United fans. He really does. It is beyond a joke how bad this man is performing right now, and there's no consequences for his performances. There really isn't. Man, it's foggy up here today. Anyway, oh God, excuse me. Save some of that for the game. How's the fans going to be today? How's the reaction going to be today? It's going to be very interesting because the mood changed very quickly in the Liverpool game. It went from one of, hi, come on, let's go, let's have this, to, uh-oh, here we go again. Like that. Is that going to be today again? As soon as City have that first moment, and I said this, I use the analogy, not one of the Solskjaer analogies, but it is a boxer again. It's like Anthony Joshua. We look great. We look great until he's been tapped on the chin for the first time. And then once bitten, twice shy. That's what United are. As soon as a team makes a dangerous move against us in a game, it's like, oh, hang on a minute. We can't be too adventurous here. That surprised me, that's knocked me back a little bit. That's what it's like with United. If a team scores against us, God, it's even worse. So first goal today, if United get it, then it could be one of them games. If City score first, I think forget it. I know United have got a good record about coming back, but against the bigger teams, that doesn't work. It really doesn't, and it's not there. We just don't manage to do it against the bigger teams, in my opinion. So for me today, I've said it'd probably be a 3-1 to City. I'm going to take a lot of criticism for it. I'm going to take the stick if it all goes wrong in terms of the scoreline for my prediction. And you know what? I hope it does. I hope it does. It's about time someone just said it as it is. I'm saying it as it is. I don't see United winning the game today. I see us losing the game. And yeah, you can come at me all you want, I know. But I have been sat there every game this season. I know what I've seen, and that's what I'm judging it off, like I said. I will stand in front of that fan vlog after the game and take every single bit of criticism that's coming my way if United win this game and turn it around and Solskjaer proves me wrong. I've got no problem at all with that. I'm a football fan, and that is it. I'm just giving you my opinion on how I see this team performing at the moment, and I'm looking at City, and I'm not going into this game arrogantly trying to ignore how good this football team is that's playing us today, because it is one of the best in the world, and they're coming back needing a reaction from a bad domestic week, and everyone keeps forgetting that. Whenever we played City before and all these great results, we beat them 3 times in the last 4 games, not even conceding, which is crazy on its own. But them games, there was nothing on it. There was nothing on it. Think back when we beat them last season at the Etihad, our best performance of the season. They were about 15 points ahead of us, guys. They were miles ahead, and it didn't really matter. Yeah, when it mattered, semi-final at Old Trafford, everyone seems to forget that one. Semi-final at Old Trafford, we got absolutely smashed off the park. We couldn't lay a finger on them. Same in the home game as well. Interesting. Our form at home against Manchester City isn't as good as it is away from home, so take that into consideration also. And that's where my head is at with this result today. Let me know what you think, guys. It is going to be a massive day today. It is really a massive day. If you're at the game, come and see me. Come and have a chat outside the East Stand. As always, I will be there. It'd be good to talk to more people and get more opinions and get your voice on the fan vlog as well if you want to have your say and get on the United stand. But now I'm heading in. That's it. Almost at my mate's house now, then we're heading back into Manchester. Ooh, here we go, people. This is it. Get your predictions in below, guys. Comment, let me know what you think of the game today and what's going to happen. And obviously, subscribe and like the video. I will see you after the game with my hands in the air, apologising, saying I got it wrong. I hope so. See you in a bit, people.